I used to think that there was some kind of really clear additive advantage from expanding meal frequency into very high levels. So for me, I thought 7 meals a day was better than 6 meals, was better than 5, was better than more, was for sure better than 3. And a lot of physiological rationale that I just hadn't considered leads me now to believe that I was wrong. 4 meals a day seems to be both the bottom limit of what is effective for maximum muscle hypertrophy eating, but also not as it just the bottom limit, which is to say that you can poke a few theoretical and practical holes in 3 meals a day. If someone said 3 meals a day is totally enough meals to eat to maximize your muscle growth potential and your muscle retaining potential in a fat loss diet, then they could be criticized on the margins. And you would say, you know what, 4 meals a day probably offers some advantage, but 5 may offer no advantages over 4, outside of practical concerns. Like, I just like to eat 5 times a day, fine. But I used to think like 6, 7 meals, and I used to purposefully eat my meals smaller so that I could have more meals, because I thought this was somehow going to supply the muscle growth